Well, hello and welcome, everybody. This is your host, Kendi Foster. Welcome to another amazing show here at the Heal It Show. We bring in some of the top people in the world, actually, that help you to understand the hacks that you need so that you can heal mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. What is healing about, really? What is that really about? Well, from my point of view, everybody pushes the limits at some level, right? You're either eating something that maybe isn't the highest and best for you, or you're pushing your body to limits where you think it's not right. Maybe your mindset isn't quite right, and you there's something inside of you that what, I probably shouldn't be thinking this way. Maybe I should have more positive, powerful, more focused thoughts. Maybe I should do that. And and sometimes emotionally, right? Maybe some of you are going, what? I'm still carrying some of my emotional baggage for years. When somebody talks about, 99, I still have an issue that comes up for me and I think about it. So you got some emotional baggage today. Well, listen, today we're going to be talking about how to actually lose some of this baggage, and specifically we'll be talking about the body. Why is the body so important? Well, the body tells us exactly where we are out of balance, right? If you're bloated, you're doing something, you're eating something that you may not want to eat, right? If your muscles are not working right, you're getting stiff, you're sore, something needs to change, right? And if you want to lose some weight, for instance, right, because you have blown up, well, that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to be talking about the mindset of dieting. You probably tried all these types of ways to lose weight, if you're anybody like me, right? But what really shifted for me is when I shifted my thinking, when I shifted my identity around food, when I shifted my commitments around what I'm committed to, and when I really looked at my values, what do I value in this world? That's where it all shifted for me. And listen, I come from a family that pretty much all of them were obese, right? They were very big people, right? And I had the choice. I could go down that route. I went, maybe I don't have to go down that route. Maybe if I learn about food, about health, about nutrition, about exercising, about the mind, about the emotions, maybe I could break those patterns. Well, the good news for me is I did, but the good news for you is I'm here with a very special guest and my co-host, which I want to introduce him to you right now. My co-host today is Dr. James Lee. And Dr. Lee, welcome to the show again. You've been here with me.
Thank you. It's great to be back. It's always great to spend time with you to discuss things that we always have great conversations. So great to be back.
It's so good to have you. Today we're going to be talking about, like I said, the mindset of dieting, the mindset of losing weight. Really, it's the mindset of balance in our lives. And, I know a lot about that subject.
Everything you just talked about really struck me as you were discussing mindset, as you were discussing feelings, as you were discussing emotions, because I was at a point, and I'll remind the audience, I suffered a brain tumor and I suffered a neck injury. So I spent a lot of time offline, so to speak. So I built myself back. And part of that is ironically attacking it from, I thought I was trying to fix my body, but I needed to fix my emotions. I needed to fix my relationships first. And that gave me a reason to fix my body. That gave me the motivation and the energy that I needed to change my diet, work out. I mean, these are things that are hard to instigate and to put into your lives. So yes, I 100% agree.
Well, and I know if you're anything like me, you had to change the relationship with yourself, right? And maybe even find out who self is at that level.
Well, it was fundamental for me what food was. Food at that time, I was much heavier, 40 pounds overweight, didn't have any muscle, didn't work out at all. Food for me was enjoyment. It was comfort. It was the reason for my day. And once I replaced that with, I'd rather spend time with my wife, my children. I want to build relationships. I want to build I want to build community. Once that replaced the food, it shifted, and I realized food is there to fuel me to do these things as opposed to fill me with joy.
That's 100%. So we're going to be talking today, of course, about that holistic approach to really healing this imbalances around food, around what you're thinking. You know, a lot of us got some weird hacks around food. So we're bringing the expert in that has 50 hacks for weight loss. So we'll be right back. And when we do, we'll bring in my guest today, Dr. James. Thanks.
Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the deluxe bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
This is your host, Ken D. Foster. I'm with my co-host, Dr. James Lee, and we have a very special guest, Kimi Verma. Kimi, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Ken. It's great to be here, and good morning, Dr. James. It's awesome to be here. I should do the Indian namaste.
Namaste. It's great to meet you. Yeah, welcome to the show.
Well, for those of you that don't know, my guest, Kimi Verma, she's a globally acclaimed health coach, nutritionist, and powerhouse who went from winning Miss Mumbai and Miss India USA to becoming a Stanford-certified expert in health, wellness, and empowerment. She's been featured in over 300 international campaigns and many films. And now she's coming to share the transformative insights that she's learned over the years. She's got a new book out, author of 50 Hacks for Weight Loss. And Kimi, it's just wonderful to have you here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Thank you on your show.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going to dive into it. You know, weight loss is it's a big subject. You know, there's a million diet books out there. There's you know, thousands of people, you know, trying to teach people how to lose weight. What'd you learn about this along your path?
Ken, like everything else, you know, it's basically all emotional. People who are fit is because they're emotionally fit. They put all the efforts into staying fit and healthy, and people who are not fit are emotionally unfit. So they do not put in the right efforts towards their health. So it's unfortunate, but you know how. And then people get addicted to different kind of drugs because they're emotionally unfit. So the basis is to take care of your emotional health and at the same time make concrete movements, steps to take care of your physical health. And shall I just dive in with what?
Let's dive in.
What's the first step? Exactly. Where do you start?
Okay, the first step I feel is we'll come to the diseases later on, but I think it's your grocery shopping. You have to understand whatever is in your cart, in your grocery shopping cart. That's the first step to start eating, right? That eventually will make its way to your body. If you're buying unfit food, you're buying like tons of chips and tons of weird things, they all will make their way into your stomach. So start with always shopping from outside lane of the store, which is always greens and veggies there by the walls, because they get perished. They're perishable things. Start shopping with perishable things. Start filling your cart with those, so that there's only 10% space left for the packaged foods, which are your cereals and all your chips and all the packaged things. And I think people are kind of conditioned wrongly too. They feel cereal is good for them, and cereal is actually, if you read the labels, it's really bad for you. It's unfortunate that marketing in US is really kind of, it makes people overweight too. So I would say you really have to be smart and kind of read things right.
Well,
So
we do. In fact, in Europe, we have 10,000 food additives that we've approved with the FDA in this country. Europe has about 400 of those, not 10,000. So we're adding all this stuff to our foods. And, from my point of view, Kimmy, don't you almost have to start to learn to read labels. I mean, what's your thought on that?
it's very right. You need to learn the labels, and they make it attractive, saying it's fat free. That's overall a word that you should never go into, because it's basically they have all the wrong things in the product. It's not food anymore. It's just a product. In the product, the wrong things to make it tasty. So it's the saturated things, and it's sugar and all those things. They call it fat free, and you get attracted to it. And it's no, your body needs fat. It needs very good
I
fat.
have a question for you, Kimmy.
Yeah.
Like when I really became serious about my health, that was like you said, you start reading labels. But for me, it was a matter of serious health. I had a brain tumor, I had a neck injury, I was building myself up from zero, so I had a real impetus to want to build myself back. How would you, for the person out there that's kind of, they don't have a major illness, they're just struggling, they don't really maybe even realize they're struggling. What's that first step? It's very intimidating to start reading labels. It's very intimidating to realize what nutrition is. It's very intimidating. What was the first step for you? Like what was that activation energy for you?
I would say for everybody who's starting on this, the first step is to take a step back. Don't focus on food is not the reason you're living. Again, it becomes your mental thing. Good food is, but food is not the only thing in life, because the more important things are your emotions, your health. So I would say for all those people, for all my clients, I tell them to start loving water. So that will take care of a bunch of their problems to begin with. So when you're hungry, when you feel hungry or feel like having something, first go for water. First drink a glass of water. Wake up in the morning, drink water. So make water your best friend. It will really help you with many other things. So, and then when you drink water, you really have to work on yourself emotionally. That is when you take a step back and enjoy that water, start loving it. And that's when you really start rethinking of what you need to do. Okay, you need to go and buy great things, not all the packaged things, not all attractive looking sugary things. So I think that would be the first step. And definitely taking a step back is the first step.
Yeah, it's really important. And, I think there's some other pieces here that I really want to bring in. I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, let's talk about the boundaries we might have. You might have a very great intention to go, I'm going to start eating healthy, but you're married, like I am, James, and all of a sudden your partner says, well, I want to have some chips today. I want to have some pizzas. I want to have a little Diet Coke. And you're like, whoa, okay, what do I do here? We're gonna talk about boundaries when we get back from the break. We'll be right back.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call. So please call right now.
Well, welcome back, everybody. This is your host to the Heal It Show, and I'll be back with my co-host and my very special guest, Kimi Verma, in just a minute. I want to let you know that we do these shows for you, and I really encourage you to go to our YouTube channel right now and subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@thecourage network. That's a little @ sign. youtube.com/@thecourage network. So you can subscribe. And this isn't about just subscribing for yourself. On that site, you can also share this show with family and friends and people you care about so that they can upshift their life and become healthier and healthier themselves. Thank you so much. All right, back to everybody. Here we go. Boundaries. Kimi, boundaries. Let's talk about that.
Sure. Yeah. So this is what I believe in. Yes, the junk food is so tasty. I mean, who doesn't like a tiramisu? I mean, come on. I eat it too. So I feel that, these are small, tiny steps that you need to take. I'm not saying that you should never eat candy. You should never eat this, never eat chips, never this. No, there's never a never in your file. It's fine. It's okay to eat it. But make a list every time you want to eat something. Make a list of that, write it down or kind of put it in your phone that, okay, this is what you will have it on Saturday. So there's nothing you can really, it's all about playing with your mind. It's all about really playing with your mind. You can say, okay, this is a burger. Oh my God, so tasty. I want to have it. But let's only do this, not have it today. You'll have it on Saturday. Write it down. So all those 5 things you'll be eating on Saturday or on Wednesday. Pick one day of the week when you'll be eating those things. And that's it. So on that one day, then you're all free. Then just eat what you want to eat. And it's okay to eat. It's not that you should never touch anything which is, sugary and this and that. I say that way, you kind of play with your mind. But that doesn't mean that every day you pick something. No, just one day a week you keep for all your junk food needs. And just be free rest of the days.
Okay, good. Well, listen, you have a new book out there. It's called 50 Hacks for Weight Loss. Yeah, I love that. Why did you write that book?
Ken, I have 2 sets of grandparents like everybody else. So my dad's parents, my dad's mom had diabetes and she was overweight, and his dad, they had a lot of health issues. And then my mom's parents, they have been in perfect health. I mean, they both passed away 90 plus recently, but they were never on any blood pressure medicine. They never had any ailments. They never had cholesterol, never had diabetes. So then I really had a choice to see which party I want to, go by. I was old enough to know what not to do. So I really saw and noticed how they were eating, how their habits were. I think habits is what really kind of, makes a big difference. So, and then I have been in modeling and I've been in movies. So I see these beautiful women all the time. And they all have a biggest struggle that they cannot keep their weight. They go for extreme measures, like not eating anything or this or that. So that's why, again, I thought that I was always fit. I was like, I should share this knowledge with everybody. And writing the book was the best thing.
You just mentioned something that was crucial. Diet, the word diet. Most people hear that word and they assume that means I have to restrict something from what I'm eating. Our diet is what we should be including. And a lot of the times, if we're not, many of the things that we like to eat are essential foods. So we do need to take those into our diet. We're just missing the other half. And if our bodies are craving something, we're constantly trying to eat, but maybe we're not getting the right things. So diet, once I started realizing we should be including more things I should be including more things in what I eat, but more varied diet, more natural foods, like you said. And I don't know if you have any tips on how to pick those foods, but for me, a quick thing is I like to shop by color, because a lot of the antioxidants that we need to take into our bodies, it's like paint. If you put a painting out in the sun, it fades. Well, the same thing. These antioxidants, foods are very colorful. So if we eat colorful foods, that's one little tip that I have in terms of shopping. Are there any tips that you have to make it easy to go shopping?
That's a perfect tip. That's a perfect tip. So, as you said, James, so the first chapter of my book, like after talking about the mindset, the first chapter is not about what not to eat. It's about, my chapter is let's eat. So first is let's eat. Diet means healthy eating. Diet does not mean, as you said, that, to restrict yourself. No. So definitely in the diet word kind of plays wrong. But coming back to, yes, we should eat over the spectrum and natural foods, as many natural foods as possible. And, make sure you fill your plate, like, when you're outside on a buffet or wherever you are, fill your plate with the natural things first, before putting the dressings and, all the cooked food. Just let's have the natural things as many as possible. And absolutely, this color thing is a big thing. You must have the watermelons. You must have those red, blue, green. Green is a big thing. So absolutely.
So, Kimi, one thing I forgot to ask you, where can people get your book, by the way? I want to put that book back up on screen here real quick.
Sure. It's available on Amazon. And I'm happy to share that there are amazing reviews of people who bought the books. So please go ahead. It's on Amazon.
That's awesome. Okay. So for my listening audience, it's 50 Hacks for Weight Loss. It's Kimi Verma, Kimiberma. And you know what I love about 50 Hacks for weight loss is that we don't need to think about losing weight now and then. Okay, we need it in our mind every day. And I love these hacks because every day you can read a hack and say, hey, can I apply that in my life today? I think that's really the way to do that. What do you think, Kimi?
Absolutely. It's basically, it's this lifestyle. It's not like having a drug. Okay, fine, let me eat this, I'll be okay. No, it's your lifestyle. You want to upgrade your lifestyle. So, when don't call it dieting, call it upgrading your lifestyle. And the other thing that I feel is many times people have like a phantom hunger. It's not a meal time. It's not a time to eat. It's nothing. They're hungry, just phantom, because they want to open a chips and, open some kind of a muffin and just have it. I have a hack for that. When you know it's a phantom hunger, it's not a meal time. So not necessarily, don't keep eating. So that time, start doing something with your hands. Start with organizing your closet. Start doing where both your hands are doing something. So your hands are busy, so they will not reach out for your muffins and chocolate candies, and they won't do that. So just it's a mental thing. Again,
there's some. It's like when I think about my wife and I, and I'm not hungry at all, right? And my wife will suggest, "Hey, why don't we go eat this?" And all of a sudden, I'm hungry, right? It's like, what? I can't tell you how many times I've done that, right? But at the end, afterwards, I think to myself, well, why did I eat that? Many times, right? So what's a hack for that?
Hack for that is, again, water. I understand, you have a spouse who wants to have something and exactly, you're hungry. So you go. I mean, of course, you should not spoil your relationship by not going. You go to the restaurant, wherever she wants to go, sit down, and first you drink a glass of water. Have a glass and a half of water. So she eats and you'll be eating just a little bit of that. So kind of, they can manage.
I'll share our hack for me and my wife and myself.
Please.
We never say no to going out or doing anything either of us wants, but we share a plate because we always know we're going to end up somewhere else. Say like there's no food is unlimited in our society, in our world. So we should never live in this dearth. There's not going to be another meal. I live in this mindset where there's going to be another meal an hour from now, even though that may not be true. So I don't have to eat what my full plate. So that's our hack.
That's a very good.
That's a good hack. I love that hack, actually. So, Kimmy, what are some practical ways to break free from the emotional or societal dependence and step into more independent, fulfilling, really, life around food?
I think, keep your pantry clutter free. It's just that, when we shop, we overshop. In this country, everybody overshops. So we buy much more than we need. Like, look at our clothes, look at our closets, look at our things. Don't we buy too many things because there's just forced onto us, so they're there. And we are so weak in our mental thing. We're like, okay, fine, let's just get it. So I think keep your pantry clutter-free. Keep your kitchen very clutter-free. So that will tell you that these are the 8 things that you need for your meal. That's it. You don't need too many zillion things. So kind of, I think that's always kind of helps.
Well, Kim, you just spoke at Women's Wisdom, my wife's event. For those of you that don't know about Women's Wisdom, you can check it out at womenswisdom.net. But Kimmy was the guest speaker there, and you had your books there, and you gave away some gifts. I can hardly wait right now to go and get your book and start reading it. I know you gave us a little gift bag. I think these hacks are amazing. They're powerful. And, I think, if anybody's out there listening to this and you really want to shift it up, these hacks will get you there. That's what I know. Yeah. I got to take a break. Well, go ahead, Kimmy, and then I'll take a break. Go ahead.
Sure, let's take a break. It was something about, how women put on weight faster. They're known to be binge eaters. So let's come back and we can talk about that.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Hi, everyone watching at home. We're here to remind you that if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, listen up. We have live agents available right now to answer your questions and tell you how much your case is potentially worth. Hi, I'm Gina Bellich, here with spokesman and TV personality Tom Mustin with us in the Help Center. So Tom, phones are really busy over there. Tell us what kind of calls you're seeing.
Well, Gina, first off, thank you for having me here in the call center with you. We always enjoy talking to the viewers and getting folks the compensation that they deserve. We're seeing calls about all kinds of accidents, but the most common by far has been car accidents. So if you or someone you know were injured in an accident that was not your fault, give us a call right now. You'll speak with a live person. They'll answer any questions you have and tell you if you have a case and how much your case is potentially worth.
Thanks, Tom. All right, folks at home, you heard it. Take advantage of this opportunity and call now.
I'm here with my co-host, Dr. James Lee, and our very special guest, Kimi Verma, who, we asked Kimi in the beginning of the show in the green room, how many people, know about you in India, right? Because she's an actress over there. And she said, oh, I'm not very famous. There's only about 100 million people in my little section that have either seen my movies and know about me. I said, well, that's interesting. Well, so blessed to have you now sharing your hacks, 50 hacks to lose weight here and for weight loss. And I hope this becomes very famous for everybody here, because this society is over, it's, 60% is obese right now. I mean, you must come from India and you look and you go, whoa, these people are big.
When I actually came from India and I ordered something at a restaurant, they gave me a plate and the plate had so much food in it. They give food like crazy. I'm sorry, but I was like, what is it? They want us to be overweight? You're like, yes. And then I understood, oh, yes, they want us to be overweight. So let's not do that.
Well, I think the belief in the United States, it permeates our culture, is bigger is better, more is better. It permeates the culture, and it's not the truth, though.
That's why we end up trying to share plates, because it's designed to have enough to take home. They want to stuff you so full that you have stuff to take home, so you feel like you got a great deal. So that's what it's all
It's
about.
all about the deal in the event.
Yes, the deal.
Sure, you know. Anyway, okay, Kimmy, let's talk about the women. You know, they eat I think a lot of people eat emotionally, and how do we break that? What's the hack for that?
I think women, or not, I think, but it's a fact that they tend to be binge eaters. Like they really eat emotionally. So they start eating something, they just eat it. So I think it's always my tip, like, of course, on the weekends, as we say, you can have chips, you can do all those things. But at the same time, when you're watching, I'm sure they're watching some show and, they open a bag of chips. So I'm like, never eat from the package. They open a bag of chips and they start eating from the package, then they will finish the whole bag. So don't do that. Open the bag and then put it in a beautiful bowl and just stick to that bowl. Eat slowly, eat slowly. That's another thing. Eat slowly, enjoy your bowl of chips, and not like, but bowl should be small, not like a huge bowl of chips. but it's just that do not think that you need to reach the bottom of your, whatever your packet is. So don't do that. And
my hack on that is also, just because you put it in a bowl, don't take the bowl over and then put the chips next to the bowl either.
No, country hard to find place. This should not be easy to find. True.
And let me ask you about this, because I think a lot of people, the binge eating, especially, so you're trying to calm the emotions. So maybe you're watching something on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, you're watching your TV and you're eating unconsciously. What's the hack for that, Kimmy?
Again, the hack is water. If you want to eat something and do something, do not do two things together. When you're watching something, try to just concentrate on watching. When you're eating, concentrate only on eating. When you're trying, because that is a big emotional connection that's very hard to break. Because, show is going on, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you just are eating. So do not do that. Say, okay, let me just eat first. Finish your eating in like 5 minutes. Eat that. And then come to watch the show. Do not mix them. And the other thing with social media, as you just mentioned, I've seen like a lot of women putting pictures of the food or the drinks they're eating. They click a picture and they start posting. Okay, for a week, do not post any of those pictures. Instead, post a picture of a gym, of weight, or, outside, or somebody running. And then your social media will keep pushing those pictures to you. They will start showing you pictures of people who are taking care of themselves, who are exercising, and they will not show you cupcakes and they will not show you any of those things. So I think this is like, these days, it's very important to not share pictures of food if you want to lose weight.
I didn't know about that. That's powerful. Yeah, go ahead, James.
No, I like the tip about paying attention to when you're eating, and picking your times, because it's been shown that if you are eating and doing something else, you're not conscious of the calories you're taking in. You don't even know what you're eating. Those calories are being taken in without any registering. So 100% pay attention to your food. I think not only will you register what you've eaten, you'll kind of pick better food if you've got it right in front of you thinking about it. So I love that.
Kimmy, what about setting goals around weight loss or lifestyle, or there's a lot of apps out there that'll count calories and what have you. Is there a daily count calorie goal that I should have or not have, or how have you found those things work or don't work for people?
I feel that emotionally they perhaps don't work for most of the people, because doing the goals, saying calories and counting calories, it's a very hard thing. It makes people fall off the wagon, so-called wagon. They'll see, oh, it's really hard, so they kind of fall off. I feel for most of them it doesn't work. For some perhaps it does work, but I feel you should put a goal on like weight training, on goal on like how much you will work out in a gym, or how much, and will you be having a walk in the sun every day, or walk. Have a goal of that. Have a goal of your physical activity that you need to do, and that will really charge up your emotional self, your energy into putting into the right food that you should be eating, and not counting calories as such. I go by that.
I think I already know the answer to this, but how do you feel about the scale, weighing yourself? Is it?
Okay, I am aghast weighing yourself every day.
Right.
I have seen people like I have like patients who come and they weigh themselves every day, many times a day. After water, how much I am before this, after this. Do not do that. It's like same as saying that if you plant a flower plant, you put the seed in the soil, and you keep digging it and seeing how much it has grown. You don't do that. You let it come out. So it's like, let your effort show you the colors. It will show. You put in effort, put in your energy into the effort, not weighing yourself. You will.
And I have a question. Now, can people, we're putting on the screen your website there, Health Hacks with Kimi, for my listening audience. Health Hacks with Kimi. Can people get a session with you? Can they talk to you? What I know you got to book out there, but maybe somebody wants more. What do you say to that?
Yes, they can. They can sign up for the programs, or in which I personally speak to them, and it's all tailor-made tips for them, because everybody has a different lifestyle. So yes, they can.
I love that. So I think I'm going to take a quick break. We come back, though. Let's talk about the how does self-awareness play in shaping the lifestyle, the diet, the body image that we want. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll talk about that. If I can get over to our break stuff. Here we go.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here. Did you know that I wear hearing aids? I love my hearing aids, and I am here to help you get a deal on the same brand I wear.
Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get MD Hearing's revolutionary Neo hearing aids for just $297 a pair. The Neo is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. And you can get 2 Neo hearing aids with a 45-day risk-free trial, free shipping, and free lifetime US-based support for only $297. The Neo is nearly invisible with its tiny in-the-ear canal design.
Call my friends at MD Hearing and get the over-the-counter hearing aids that I use for you.
Call now and get not 1 but 2 Neo hearing aids for just $297.
800-789-7885. Again, that's 800-789-7885.
This is your host, Ken D. Foster. I get a little echo when I came back today. Did you guys hear that?
Yeah. Every time you come back, just for a little bit.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was, but anyway, welcome back, everybody. This is an amazing show. This one, we've laughed a lot in this show. It's been a lot of fun. So, but the audience is going, it can be fun to do this, right? It doesn't have to be struggle and hard and painful and all that. Especially if we let self-awareness play into this piece here. Kimi, let's talk a little bit about self-awareness, self-understanding, and how does that all play in, and what the hacks for that?
I think that's one of the biggest things that you touched on, Ken. Self-awareness is vital. It's very, very important. And I have noticed that most of the people, they self-sabotage. They start putting themselves down. They keep thinking, oh no, I can never do that. Oh my God, can you? It's so healthy. I can never do that. Oh, James, this is how you take it. Oh, I can never do that. They start giving themselves negative talks. So no, I think they need to pump themselves up. It's like, how in a company, if we want something done, we give it to our busy employee and we tell the employee how good you are, how amazing you are to get this done, and he will get it done. So we have to pump ourselves up. You have to totally feel that you can do everything, which you actually can. And, you are like the king and queen of your world, and you can make things happen. It's just that, you are the only one who can make things happen. I tell people, there's no angel who's going to come, who's not going to. So there's nobody cheering you. You need to cheer yourself always. So be your own cheerleader. And another thing I would like to kind of touch over here is about, medically, because so many times, people suffer from hormonal imbalance or sleep apnea, which is one of the main reasons that they're not able to lose weight. But women and men, they ignore their own health. Like, go into your medical details and see what is it that's hindering all this. You're putting in the efforts, but you're still not losing weight. Then you're just like, oh, forget it, I'm not going to try. But no, the medical reasons. And again, it's self-awareness. See that your body is working perfectly, most good as possible.
Well, I love about what you just said is you're telling people, that you can, some people feel like this is just the way it is. I'm heavy, or I'm overweight, or I don't have energy, or I don't, this is just the way it is. No, it's just the way it is for you. And you can change that up. And, I think this book, 50 hacks to, for weight loss, I think that's a great start for a lot of you, right? Because it's really about taking back control of your life. It's about self-directing your life, co-creating your life with the universe, and realizing how much power you really have. And I think sometimes we lose our power through media, social media, or, TV or what have you, that they're telling us one thing. Listen, if you want to lose weight, just take the next diet pill, or just get on the next weight loss program out there, the fad diets. I think, all that has been proven not to work. And what does work is what we're talking about here, if for permanent, lasting change. So I think it's important for all of us to really acknowledge that. Kimi, can you share your strategies for overcoming fear around losing weight and stepping into a life guided by maybe purpose rather than expectations?
That's that's perhaps on the top of the pyramid. It's so important to have your life, have a purpose, have things, be a great, if you have kids, be a great father, mother, concentrate on those things, or a goal in your own life. Again, it should not just be that you are a great mother. No. What are you yourself? Like, how you're working on yourself, how you're a happy person. And happy person, happy, healthy person. Because if you are healthy, you will make sure that your kids are healthy. You'll make sure your whole family is healthy. It just goes like that. But you have to kind of, have other things. You've got to be a lover of art. You've got to have good hobbies and, or something that you like to do. But not just concentrating on eating junk food or.
Yeah.
You got to give yourself good reasons to use the food for good.
Yes.
And then it becomes easy. I like it.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Well, what I love too is, you a lot of people don't realize, they eat food because it tastes good, or because they're celebrating, and because they want to offer something to a friend, and they know they probably shouldn't eat it, but they're going to eat it anyway. But food is here for one thing. What's that, Kimi?
It's basically so your body can get all the nutrients and enzymes and vitamins and keep you away from diseases. That's what I studied at Stanford. The purpose of food is to give you energy to live, energy to, with your nutrients, vitamins, and at the same time, to keep you away from diseases. So the problem that happens is people get diseases because of food, because they eat all the wrong foods, and that's why they have the diabetes, they have cardiovascular diseases, they have cholesterol. Food, use the food the right way. We're supposed to.
Yes.
So if you don't want to dig your grave with your mouth, go and get 50 hacks for weight loss today. 50 hacks for weight loss. We hope that you will take us up on that. Final thoughts for my guest or my co-host, Dr. James, with the final thought. We got about a minute here.
Yes. Okay. So biochemically speaking, I couldn't agree more. Our bodies can make almost 250,000 different biochemicals to make us who we are. But there are certain essential nutrients that we cannot make. We must ingest. We must take in from our environment. We need them all. And the best way to do it is to include them in our diet. So that's perfect. Thank you, Kimi.
I love that, James. And Kimi, final thoughts from you.
Thank you so much for having me. And vitamins, take care of yourself. And as Dr. James said, that, whatever you're lacking, make sure you have that. And vitamin D, I would say, is one of the major vitamins that you must not be low on. Because if you have vitamin D, then you can have absorption of all the other vitamins too. So absolutely, I'm a big on vitamin D. So make sure you have enough of that. And plus, take care of your health. Take care of your health like it's a prized possession. You take care of your bags, like whatever your branded stuff is, jewelry is. No, take care of your body. You're not going to get another one.
That's it. Take care of your body. You're not going to get another one. Kimi Verma, thank you so much for being here. You really made my day. You gave me some new hacks, and I bet my guests out, my audience out there is going, yeah, we need to do this. Okay, so thank you again, Dr. James Lee. Thank you for co-hosting the show with me today, and
thank you for having me. I had a great time. Thank you, Kimi. Thank you for enduring you board as well.
Thank you. I mean, thank all of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Love it.
Take care of yourself, everybody.